Good evening and welcome to Albury in the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre for NBL1 action. We're very much in the run home towards playoffs right now. And it is, well, you could say an elimination final type of night in both the men's and women's competition. Certainly, it shapes that way in the women's tonight. It is a broadcast brought to you from Albury for the SSNA club in Albury. If you want to check out any of the live action in any sport around the world, we of course have the Cricket World Cup currently going on. And, of course, the Women's World Cup Soccer. You can check it out at the SSNA locker room. There's no better place to go. They've got dining options as well. We have an Asian restaurant there, a bistro as well. Go and check it all out at the SSNA Club in Albury when you do visit the region. Steve Murphy along with Jade Colf in commentary and the Colf Band as you join me on this very fine Saturday evening. The Southern Vale home Bandits currently sitting in 8th position with 4 games to go. They're 2 games in front of Melbourne and this opposition side tonight in the Eltham Wildcats. And good evening to our Eltham listeners. It's a massive clash in the context of who plays playoffs this season.
Yeah, welcome to the Eltham listeners. Great to have your team here tonight at the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre. And as you said, Merv, this Bandits team this year on the female side of things have been chipping away. They've been chipping away all season long, and they find themselves here tonight with a big game. If they can get the win tonight, it goes a long way towards them playing playoffs. And at the start of the season, we weren't sure if that was really going to be a possibility. Now, they are talented. They have brought in some solid recruits. Big Edwards in the middle, as well as, of course, Nat Hurst. But with this NBL1 competition, Murph, we know it is extremely strong. Things are very, very even. And I'm really looking forward to this one tonight to see if the Bandits can capitalise on their positioning. And if they're unable to do that, they will drop back into the pack and will make things even more interesting. So tonight should be a really good contest.
With 4 to play, you'd put a line through Eltham. If Eltham don't win tonight, they're pretty much 3 games they'd be outside the 8, and you wouldn't think they would make it from there. The run home for the Bandits is very much a must-win tonight but as well, because even though they will remain inside the 8 regardless of tonight's result, Melbourne play a lot of bottom teams in the run home. The Bandits, after tonight, play 3 sides above them on the ladder. So their form against sides above them haven't been great this year with their win-loss record. So if you put that in theory in the way the season's gone, you put down tonight if the Bandits win, they sit 3 games or 2 games inside Melbourne with a win. So 2 games inside, and they lose their next 3. It then goes back in the lab. So they must win tonight as well. So both these sides, the loser tonight really does jeopardise their place, particularly for Eltham, because the Bandits will remain. It will still be, in a way, on the Bandits regardless of the result tonight. But for Eltham, if they lose, it'll be certainly season over in terms of playoffs.
Yeah, season defining, Murph, as you said. Eltham got to get the job done tonight. The Bandits, as you said, will give them a little bit of breathing space. They need to take care of business tonight. If they don't, they drop back into the pack. So really looking forward to this one. We love calling the games where there's plenty of niggle and plenty of action on the line. This is make or break. Definitely for Eltham, as you said. Bandits, they want to take care of business tonight. They want to win comfortably, take the pressure off them, and then focus moving forward against those better teams in the competition. They want to play playoffs. Coach Lauren Jackson has been steadfast with that talk all season long. Here's their chance tonight to take care of business. This one should be enjoyable, Murph.
A lot shapes towards a very close matchup tonight, so we can't wait to get underway, which we're not too far away. Again, our broadcast partner and opening quarter will be brought to you by the SSNA club in Albury, so you can go and check them out for all your live sporting action. Had a good Saturday arvo, Colf, man?
Yeah, good Saturday afternoon, Murph. A little bit of football action today. What a beautiful day it was today for country football, and rounding it off with an exciting contest here tonight. Looking forward to this doubleheader. As we know, an interesting men's game coming up, but really looking forward to this one right now. This one should be a blockbuster.
So not too far away from getting underway. In this one tonight on NBL1 action, live from the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre in Albury, Wodonga. Last weekend, controversial sort of part of the game. The match was, well, abandoned on this very court that you're watching from right now. About 8 minutes, just to tick over 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter because of a leak through the roof. And the court actually took around 27 minutes to finally get play underway on a different court, but very nearly was abandoned. And we had, well, thank goodness we had Dean Anglin here, who was the league operations manager of NBL1. And he was able to facilitate the match continuing, but it was very close to being possibly looked to be rescheduled. The men's game went on without any qualms on the main court, but we're set to get underway tonight in a crucial clash. And we start things off with Mulligan going against Edwards, and it's the Bandits that come up with it, Harmon to Hurst. And the Southern Vale home Bandits for the SSNA club will possess the ball to start with. Mahadi and Daniel. Edwards. Edwards generally starts inside the paint pretty nicely in the home games. Hurst gives to Harmon, puts up the little mid-range jumper, and the Bandits start with a lead, 2-0.
Yeah, safe to say, Murph, Harmon, that has been her bread and butter all year long, that little 10 to 12 footer on that baseline. She has made that her own this season.
Keep an eye at Kunick. Mulligan, Maggie Mulligan, underneath the paint against Edwards, just puts a little floater up, taps it back down, comes across to Brooke and hands it back out wide for Kunick. He flicks it back across to Brooke. Looking in search here for Swears. Swears back around, and Brooke puts up the jumper. No good. Comes back down and taken by Daniel across to Hurst.
Nat Hurst brings so much to this Bandits lineup. She is just back from injury. She's been chipping away, getting that health right as they go into Edwards. Nice move. She's a force down low. She's having a stellar season in this NBL1 competition, Murph.
32, incredible last week. It was absolutely outstanding. I think 32 and 8 rebounds possibly went her way as Mulligan dishes into Swears. Doesn't go. Harmon takes it away and off to Mahadi. Here's Nat Hurst. Why not put up the three? She's open and lands it. The former Opal.
Yeah, why not, Murph? She's shooting around about 45% from downtown this season. She loves a shot from there.
This is a shot by Panousis. Doesn't get it to go. A bit of contact there across the head of Kunick. But it doesn't matter. She makes it count. The first points of the night to Eltham, and it stops a 7-0 run the way of the Bandits. The home team starting nicely here. And quickly up court with one of their American imports, Daniel. Across. This is Edwards out wide. Hurst gets in two territory. Now, from deep, Charisse Daniel goes for the three. No good, and it's tapped out by, well, it's been judged by, it's come off the Bandits, so it'll go the way of Eltham.
Yeah, it looked like it came off Kunick there, but she looked a little bit confused. Referee was very, very firm with his call, which is a good sign, Murph, showing a bit of confidence there, but players looked a bit confused, but Eltham ball.
Kunick to bring it up court, one of the real stars along with Swears of this lineup. This is Panousis with the ball now. Driving against Hurst, back inside, Mulligan. Tries to flick it back across to Brooke, works out okay. Kunick with a mid-range shot, no good. Harmon and Hurst combine. Really nice tempo going on about the Bandits to start with.
Yeah, very, very good tempo, and Emma Mahadi as they go in low, Edwards. No, yeah. She continues to impress. She's getting better and better. Week in, week out.
Swears for three from long range. Gets off the front of the rim, but it comes back okay across to Panousis, and she'll take it back towards halfway. And reset a play. Flicks it across. Kunick for three. Rims it out. Rebound with Edwards, and he's having a good start to the game. The Bandits off to the ideal start. 9-2, up by 7. Yeah. 6:45 remaining.
One thing about Edwards, she's started fantastically well throughout this NBL1 season. As Nat Hurst misses a three-pointer. Very rare for her to miss a wide-open shot.
Panousis in the Mulligan. Gets to the paint. Wants to go, and just a little left-hand floater is good for a couple of points.
Yeah, beautiful move there from Mulligan. A great technical play. It was Mahadi. A little bit of niggle underneath there, and it's, wow. It's going to be a Bandits ball.
Well, a bit perplexed looking down there was Vanessa Panousis. Very surprised. Similar look Emily Harmon gave a few moments ago when the ball was called out of her. So Mahadi with it. Such a barometer for this home team. Daniel in across. Edwards taking Harmon. Here's Nat Hurst driving on the left. And now, well, Harmon can't get it to go. This is Squares quickly up the court. Little mid-ranger is good, and a couple of points she drops in to get her night going. 24 points Chelsea Squares is averaging this year, and going at 48% from the free throw line, 42% from three-point line, and 4 rebounds a game, having a fine season. This is Panousis putting up the 3. Daniel coming up with a rebound. They've closed the margin, but Eltham here to 3, and the contest is certainly even up in general play. Daniel.
Pretty solid pace early on, Murph. Both teams.
Mahadi driving inside the paint, puts it up. Well, Edwards will mop up.
Yeah, Edwards, she gets herself in good positions down there, and she's off to another hot start, Murph. She races out to 6 points. She continues to get the job done in the early parts of ball games.
Panousis. It's a little screen by Mulligan, flicks it out wide open. Here is Brooke for 3 and lands a big blow for the SS&A club. 4:56 remain in the first. It's 11-9, 2 points the margin the Bandits' way.
Yeah, great stuff there from Brooke. Chelsea Brooke, she's playing the forward position, but she's playing the stretch forward position. She's got that long range, and you've got to get out to her. Harmon needs to be aware of that.
Mahadi into Edwards. Here is, well, Harmon. So range normally doesn't go, and Kunek, who's having a bit of an influence on this game and a fine season as well, averaging 16 points. Swears goes for 3. Too far beyond her, and Harmon gives across to Hurst. Just beyond 4 to play, 4:15 to play in the opening term here. Plenty to play for both these sides on the cusp of playoffs this year, fighting for 7th or 8th position. Edwards with 2 seconds on the shot clock, puts it off, rims it out. Mulligan comes up with it to Panousis. Floats one to Kunek. And the foul called against Nat Hurst.
Yeah, they had the mismatch down low. Nat Hurst, she was pinned. The help was coming across, but Hurst tried to really dig in, maintain post position, and she gave up the cheap one there. She's happy to take that one there. That was a big mismatch. We've got a timeout, Murph, and she's a hot start early on, 11-9 in favour of the Bandits. What are your thoughts so far, mate?
Well, Jess Edwards, 6 points. She's been really the dominant figure inside to start with. Harmon started the nicely too for the Bandits. 3 points to Chelsea Brooke on the board, and a couple each. Well, Maggie Mulligan's got a couple. Also, Alice Kunek and Chelsea Swears with a couple of points as well. Keep an eye out for those 2 players. Alice Kunek and Chelsea Swears. They're 2 stars of this lineup. Between them, averaging 40 in each game this season. And that's between them, of course. So keep an eye out for both of them. They're both, well, Chelsea Swears is going 42% from the three-point line. So she's devastating. So a lot's going to depend, I think, for Eltham and the Wildcats if they can get their hands in those ladies, get the ball in those ladies' hands tonight, Cole. Yeah, well, the
three-point shooting, it is a big one in the game. Yeah, this day and age at all levels, that there has been a real move towards being able to shoot the basketball no matter what your position, and no matter really if you're a point guard or you're a power forward or a centre, a taller athlete, there's a huge advantage for those that can shoot from long range. We've talked about that all season long, Murph, and we've talked about defence as well. If you can shoot the ball and play rock-solid defence, you are going to be tough to beat in this NBL1 competition.
Have a look at Hannah Savek, who's back, of course, at home court after Australian 3-on-3 duties. And nice bucket there put in by Kunek. So a couple of former Opals out there for the Bandits. The shot goes up by Daniel, kept alive by Swears. Panousis feeds across to Kunek. And the Wildcats bring it up court and a chance to take a lead for the first time tonight. Mulligan drives to the paint against Edwards, puts it up, draws the contact, and the Wildcats lead it 11-13.
Yeah, beautiful move there. And one. And tell you what, I just said there, Murph, the Wildcats, they've come here to play. No doubt about that. And the Bandits not going to have everything their own way tonight, as Coach Lauren Jackson talking with her star point guard, Nat Hurst there. Nat Hurst provides great leadership on this ball club as Edwards rips the rebound down. Bandits coming the other way.
Savic drives to the bucket, draws the contact, and will go to the line, showing her class and experience.
Yeah, she certainly does. Great athlete, plenty of experience. She adds a lot. Still really trying to find her flow in the lineup is Zavek, but you kind of get the feeling that she's not too far away from breaking out. As I said, with Nat Hurst at the point guard, Edwards in the middle, Charisse Daniel on the wing, she adds plenty of flexibility, Murph.
Handy play to come off the bench.
Very,
Hannah Savic.
very, very handy. But I just think she, yet to see her being super aggressive. Hasn't had to do that so far this year, but if this team makes the playoffs, look out.
Kunek driving hard. Big block there by Hannah Savic. And having a little purple patch here and influence on the game, it'll be a ball to the Wildcats.
Yeah, right on cue there, Murph, just showing her defensive flexibility.
Brooke. And Kunek into Mulligan. Well, why not from the top of the key? It's good. Nice shot. Swish. The Bandits quickly up the left wing. This is Savic. Drives into the bucket again. Doesn't get it to drop. Taken away by Brooke. Quickly up court is Panousis. Out wide. Well, Swears steps around Daniel and called for a travel.
Yeah, referee all over that. Charisse Daniel on the closeout. She loves the defensive side of things, does Charisse, and the travel very evident there.
Savic into Edwards. Back out to Nat Hurst, who's controlling the play here. Now Hurst gives to Savic. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Savic puts the shot up and it's good for two. And the Bandits tie the game up once more for the SSNA club, 15 apiece.
Yeah, lovely soft touch there from Hannah Zavak. Beautiful. She's bringing a lot already tonight. And there's another turnover. Bandits ball, 15 points apiece with 2:04 left, and a competitive ball game so far.
Hurst to bring it up court. Going beyond halfway. Flicks it into Daniel. Daniel against Panousis. Back. Edwards from the top of the key. Doesn't get it to go. Daniels gets high and almost pickpockets it back away from Mulligan, but it goes out for an inbound ball to the Wildcats.
Yeah, Charisse Daniel was just surrounded there from three Wildcats. He was crushing the boards in there. Great to see.
Swears. Into Kunek. It's a screen by Mulligan. Takes on, drives. Nice little spin, but called for a travel is the call. It'll be a Bandits ball.
Yeah, tough one there. I thought that was a foul on Edwards, and Kunek came up and she's still looking for answers there, wanting an explanation, but either way, Nat Hurst got the ball. She goes to Charisse Daniel. Edwards, top of the key. Hurst swings. She settles things down.
Savic having a nice little period in this game.
Into Harmon. Hurst.
1 second on the shot clock. And Bandits will come back with the ball. Nat Hurst.
There's another three-pointer. She will make you pay at the best of times, but if she is wide open, she sometimes is a little bit reluctant to shoot, but she was wide open there and nailed that one there.
Panousis and Kunek into Mulligan. Inside the paint. Mulligan goes on the left off the glass for two. We have 34 seconds remaining for the SSNA club. 18-17. Bandits by a point. Savic gives to Daniel. Goes into the two territory. Floats it up. Is called for the foul on Mulligan. And Daniel will go to the line with 27.8 seconds remaining in the quarter.
It will be on Maggie Mulligan, but Mulligan down the other end there on offense, Murph. Like, what a move. She's got great fundamentals down low there, and she is not afraid once she gets that ball to take on the defensive force of Edwards. Love seeing the aggressiveness from Mulligan. There's 2 or 3 times she's posted up and gone left. Loves that move. That just shows great fundamentals. And Charisse Daniel makes both. 19-17 as Daniels checks out and Emma Mahadi back into this ball game. In
41% from free throw line this year for Cerise Daniel. 100% for the Bandits so far tonight from that area. Kunek, long shot and nice two by Brooke for three. That's a fair response, ties the game up at 20 apiece. Bandits to possess it one last time. Hannah Savek gives to Hurst. Bandits will get the last shot away. Hurst drives against Squeers. Puts up the three on the buzzer.
Wow.
Nat Hurst, what a time to land it. Time runs out.
Wow.
And that gives the Southern Vale Home Bandits a lead at quarter time. 23-20 for the SSNA club in Albury.
We just got through speaking about Nat Hurst. She is on fire from downtown once again. Not the first time we have said that this year, Murph, in this NBL1 competition. And she is dangerous. She looks to pass first, but when she is shooting and she's looking at the basket, good things happen as we take a look at some of these numbers, Murph, in what we can say is an interesting first period. 42% field goals from the Bandits, 47 to the Wildcats. The three-point shooting, 43. Hot shooting from Nat Hurst and the Bandits. I believe Nat has three of those, all three of those 7 three-pointers. 29% three-point range for the Wildcats. And we take a look at rebounds. Rebounding very even, 12 rebounds, 2-10. In favour of the Wildcats. Assists 5 to the Bandits, 2 for the Wildcats. Turnovers 3. The Wildcats may want to really start to take care of that ball, and only 1 for the Bandits. In saying that, look, a 23-20 lead to the Bandits at this stage. Mulligan's got 8. She leads all scorers for the Wildcats. Nat Hurst with 9 with those that hot three-point shooting. And the rebounding leaders, we've got Brooke on 3 and Harmon on 3. And assist leaders, Nat Hurst and the versatile Kunek. A good start to this one, Murph. And if the first period is any indication of what to expect, it's a high-level basketball game. And we have really got a close contest come the fourth period.
9 points up on the board to Nat Hurst. She leads all comers in the game so far, but Maggie Mulligan with 8. The best of the Wildcats as both sides make their way back out on the floor at the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre, named after the greatest ever female player, Lauren Jackson, co-coach of the Bandits for season 2019, and just taking on a massive job too, overseeing women's basketball in this very country. No better person to have that role. So 10 on the clock, we restart things with the inbound ball to Panousis and the Wildcats. Kunek across to Brooke, and Swears with it. Swears for 3. That'd be a nice way to start. Just bobbles out and comes down. Edwards comes up with a rebound. Hannah Savek goes inside of the paint. Alex not to shoot. Out to Nat Hurst. Why not for 3, Nat Hurst? She's feeling it, but not on this occasion. Alice Kunek quickly into Brooke. Nice move, nice assist, nice finish.
Yeah, lovely pass there inside. Zip that ball in like a laser beam. And a good finish there from Chelsea. Brooke looking to establish themselves in this ball game.
Harmon into Nat Hurst. Out wide, Mahadi. Mahadi for 3. Emma Mahadi no good. Kunek comes up with a rebound. 9 minutes remain for the SSNA club in the opening half. This is Panousis. Really good feel about this one tonight. Panousis drives to the paint, little floater off the front of the rim. Last touch, interesting. It's been adjudicated off Brooke. It'll be a Bandits ball.
Yeah, 50-50 ball there. Pretty solid call there from the referee. It looked like it could have gone either way, but Mahadi to Hurst. Good things happen when the ball's in Nat Hurst's hands. Edwards.
Savik and Nat Hurst on the floor at the same time makes a bit of a difference.
35-34. 3:20 left in the clock. They go to Mahadi into Edwards down low. She's double teamed, blocked away. Kick it out. Sharice Daniel attacks the rim baseline. She's double teamed. And the Bandits will have the ball on the baseline with 3 left on the shot clock. 3:11 left in period number 2. In what is an entertaining ball game so far. Daniel fires. Shot clock winding down. Edwards rebound. Puts it back up. And she is a powerhouse down low. Jessie Edwards. Well played. Kunek. Jab step. Swings it wide. That was... We've got another foul off the ball. With the Bandits ball. Substitution made from the Wildcats. We've got Rihanna Barton checking in. I believe for her first action.
Bridget O'Neill up to a couple of personals now.
Nat Hurst. She's been a revelation so far this season. As Mahadi's got the ball, she is surrounded. Tries to zip a pass in. And Emma Mahadi really, I wouldn't say struggling. She's having an impact, but Daniel missed that one there as Mahadi inbounded the ball. Kunek showing her all-round skills. She looks to pass again. They swing it wide. Brooke, Kunek. Another 3, got it. Well played, Vanessa Punesis. Good.
37 apiece for the SSNA club. 2:15 remaining in the opening half. You can check out all the live sporting action at the SSNA club. Our broadcast partners for tonight. Hurst out to Daniel, who puts up the 3 and no good. Panusa's quickly up court. Received from Barden, and Panusa's mid-range jumper. Harmon comes up with it.
Yeah, Panusa should be disappointed with that. That would have been a little bit of a purple patch, as you like to say, Murph. As Daniel, yeah, she gets crunched again as she moves to her right, draws contact, and she'll go to the line again. And Sharice Daniel having a little bit of an impact offensively here in this second period, and Coach Lauren Jackson, she'd be happy with that. I think Daniel is one who could get more involved offensively. We know the Bandits like to go play the inside-outside game, but Daniel, she is a competitive athlete, and she's having a great game at both ends of the floor tonight as she makes 1 of 2. Ball trickles around. Kunek again. She's been the Wildcats' best. She is a super skilled player, is Kunek. As they look to swing the ball back to Kunek. Between the legs, Nat Hurst breaks some ankles there, puts it up. Missed it. Nat Hurst, she's got the ball. 1:30 left in the clock. She fires it to Harmon. Wide open to Daniel. Layup. Oh, and she misses an easy one for her standards. She'll be disappointed with that. As Kunek looks to settle things down.
Stagholt. Kunek certainly controlling it for the Wildcats, isn't she?
Oh, she certainly is, as she fires another 3.
Panusas.
Well done from Mel Kirby there, stepping out with a little bit of a double team. Kunek again, she is not afraid. And why not when you can trickle the nylon like that? She has had a big impact in this first half. What a player she is.
Bandits Wildcats will get it back. 40 seconds on the clock for the SSNA club. Bandits trailing by 2, 38-40. This all-important clash, high-scoring affair so far. Daniel and Stagholt. And foul called on Stagholt. Her first personal of the night it is.
And Sharice Daniel, she might as well set up camp there at that foul line, Murph. This is I believe it's the 4th time she's been at that foul line here in this second period alone. And she's got 8 points and is doing a good job at both ends of the floor.
And misses the first, however. coming up to almost a double-double for the night. Been very lively has Cherise Daniel. He's on 8 points, as many rebounds as well, and now up to 9 points. We have a change. Stagall finds her way off the floor. Coming on is Sean Gillum.
Oh, Cherise Daniel
takes it away, and the Bandits will lead right on the cusp of halftime. 20 seconds remaining. Bandits by 1. Wildcats with a ball.
Yeah, Cherise Daniel picking pockets. She loves the defense. It's what she does best.
Panousis drives into 2 territory. Gives it out. Swears is open for 3. We know she has the quality. Doesn't land it. Panousis back. Puts up the 2 shot. Misses. And the Bandits go to halftime for the SSNA club in Albury with a very narrow lead. A 1-point margin, 41-40. Interesting opening half, Cole.
Yeah, very, very entertaining half of basketball there. 2 sides evenly matched. We know what is on the line here tonight. The Bandits look to go inside once again to big Jessie Edwards. She had an impact early on, but as things transpired in that second period, it was Cherise Daniel getting to the line. But I'll tell you what, Eltham are showing some good things with Kunek, Brook, and Mulligan. They've got some real fundamentals and some real good basketball players. They are in this ball game as we run through the stats there, Murph. We take a look at the field goal percentage. 36% for the Bandits, 42% for the Wildcats. The three-pointers, some hot shooting from the Wildcats. They're at 40% at 6 of 15. The Bandits are 4 from 17. They would be very disappointed with that. Rebounding even, 25 to 24 apiece. Assists even, 7 apiece. And turnovers, 5 turnovers for the Wildcats, 2 for the Bandits. We look at those scoring leaders. It's Nat Hurst with 14, then Cherise Daniel with 11. Kunek's got 12, and Brooke with 11. The rebounding leaders, Kunek, she's doing everything. She's got 9 boards. Cherise Daniel with 8. And we look at the assists, and who was that girl again? We've got Kunek there once again, and Cherise Daniel with 3. So Kunek, what a player she is. Coach Lauren Jackson would want to really put the clamps down on her. But from what we've seen so far, Murph, she is a blue chip talent. No doubt about that. Absolute pleasure to see her go about it in the first half, and looking forward to the second period. This one is shaping up to be a beauty. For the SSNA club in Albury, it is half-time. We'll be back shortly with what is set to be a fascinating, massive half with a lot on the line in terms of playoffs in 2019.
Welcome back to the Lauren Jackson's Sports Centre here in Albury for NBL1 action. It is a fascinating contest. We have the Eltham Wildcats, the visitors 40, and the home team, the Southern Vale Home Bandits, on 41. It's only a 1-point difference in the game. It was 3 points at quarter time, courtesy of a Nat Hurst. Well, it wasn't a buzzer beater, but she certainly landed the 3-point blow with under a couple of seconds remaining in the opening term to give the Bandits the lead at that stage. So it's all set up for a wonderful second half here. The Bandits, of course, they sit inside the 8 at the moment, but with 3 games to come, their final 3 games against Science, all above them on the ladder. This is very much a must-win in terms of giving themselves the best chance to play in the playoffs. For Eltham, well, a loss puts them, in effect, 3 games outside, and one would fancy from there, even with a win in every match, they would be unlikely to be able, with percentage, to get in. But stranger things have certainly happened in sports. Steve Murphy and Jay Colf in commentary. It is NBL1 action, and it's brought to you here in Albury at the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre by the SSNA Club in Albury. No better venue to go and check out any live sport or entertainment, whatever it is. If it's on a Saturday night, you want to go and see live music, it is at the SSNA Club, the venue. Colf, man, can't wait for this second half, because there's been a couple of standout players already. Nat Hurst for the Bandits and Alice Kunek for the Wildcats, but it's really set up for a great finish.
Yeah, it certainly is set up for a great finish, Murph. As you said, 41-40 in that first half. We know what the Bandits bring to the table, but the Wildcats have come in here, and I've been impressed by Mally Mulligan. I've been impressed by Chelsea Brook and that girl, Alice Kunek, the three-pronged attack. The fundamentals are fantastic. They bring a lot to the table, and Kunek is doing a little bit of everything. She's scoring, she's rebounding, she's pushing the ball, and she is assisting. So it sets up for a really, really dynamic and explosive second half. And if the first half has anything to go by, we're in for a beauty. We know what's on the line with these two clubs tonight. Eltham are holding on for dear life, the Wildcats, and Coach Lauren Jackson and the Bandits are looking to shore up their playoff spot in what has been a pretty solid season from her charges. And it's set up, and couldn't be happy to bring it to you guys here in the commentary booth.
So players will make their way out now. Looks like Eltham about to break a little late. Nat Hurst plenty to say in amongst the huddle here for the Bandits. 41-40, leading scorers out there. Alice Kunek with 12 and Maggie Mulligan with 10 for the Wildcats. 11 as well with Chelsea Brook, and for the Bandits, well, 14 Nat Hurst, also in double figures. Cerise Daniel on the verge. 8 rebounds of a double-double. And, well, with 9 rebounds, Alice Kunek will be there pretty shortly as well.
And one of our favourite players, Emma Mahadi, yet to hit the scoreboard. I did mention earlier on that she's been kind of struggling, for lack of a better word, to get involved offensively, but make no mistake about it, she is a key component of this Bandits outfit, and she brings aggressiveness, defensive intensity, and she is an all-round great player. Comes from great stock, great pedigree, spent some time in the States on an athletic scholarship, and look for Emma Mahadi to have an impact here in this second half. And if she can, I think the Bandits will win this ball game.
We had a hold up while a gentleman just fixed up a little platter. I think he might have accidentally knocked over, possibly. I'm not too sure. But
bit of a platter there in the skybox section.
Anyway, it's all fixed up. Mahadi can get things underway. Swears and Nat Hurst found the lighter side of that with Mahadi. But anyway, the Bandits possess the ball to start this half, and Cerise Daniel goes to Harmon. And now Emma Mahadi. Look out if she gets going tonight. Physical contact between Kunek and Edwards. It'll be a Wildcats ball.
Yeah, we like that. 2 Titans going at it there. Edwards, Kunek. Is Kunek just quietly checking out that left shoulder. Good physical contact there to start the second half, Murph. What we like to see.
Kunek across to Panousis. Into Mulligan. What can she provide in the second half? Swears. And this is Kunek firing it across. Panousis for 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock. It'll work out okay. Comes to Brook, back to Panousis, and now Swears drives into 2 territory, puts the jumper up, and it's nice. Never looked like missing. 41-42, Eltham take the lead again with the first points of the second half for the SSNA club in Albury.
Yeah, and a physical start too to this second half, Murph. And hard to tell at this stage, but as this one goes forward, I like the chances of the Wildcats. If they can keep it close and keep it physical, I like the way that their key players, their big three, I like the way they go about it.
Swears and Nat Hurst. Fascinating duel tonight. Harmon. We go a long way to deciding in this contest. This is Hurst. Mahadi, Harmon. Harmon blocked by Mulligan. It's okay for Harmon, back to Hurst. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Hurst has to hook one up. It misses. It'll be a Wildcats ball. And they're nice and fired up as well, the visitors.
Yeah, they certainly are. What a defensive stand there from the Wildcats. And what a great start from them. Locking down, putting the clamps on. And they are here to play. The bench were up and about on their feet as the shot clock wound down as Kunek.
I suppose this is the lady, and I think might have a bearing on this contest. Brooke for three. She's already done it once tonight, not on this occasion. Edwards and Hurst, and now Daniel. And a foul called here. I reckon it'll go against Chelsea Brooke. So it'll be a Bandits ball. It does go against Brooke, her third personal tonight. So I fancy checking out of the game momentarily. So Hurst. Edwards. Harmon for two. Bandits back in the lead, 43-42. Colpan, that man in the skybox is actually occupying that skybox that might have knocked it off, so might be the last time he gets an invite to that area.
Yeah, geez, I'll tell you what, he's in form early. Still a men's game to go after this one, Murph. What a move, Kunek.
Your girl.
Yep, she's done well. She scrambles that ball back. Oh, blocked away from Edwards. Maggie Mulligan gets denied as Nat Hurst feeds the ball in. Charisse Daniel, what a move. Oh, and she can't finish, but she'll go to the line again. And her athleticism out on the wings are causing the Wildcats trouble. She's to the line again for the fifth or sixth time in this contest, and I think that's the most that we've seen her at the foul line this year.
41% she goes at from there, 15 points a game, averaging 5 rebounds, and she's already going to blow both those stats off the park tonight.
You said she shoots 41%, Murph? Is
41%
that right?
coming into tonight.
Okay, that seems awfully low for someone like Charisse, but it doesn't spend that much time on the line so far this year. Tonight is the night where she spent the most time there, so she makes both.
Brooke. Bennett started so well. First 7 points of the evening. Kunek almost taken away well.
Very casual.
Hardy, yeah, very casual. And it'll be a Wildcats ball.
And I like that matchup there. Coach Lauren Jackson has put her defensive stopper, Charisse Daniel, on Kunek. Keep an eye on that one, folks at home who are watching via YouTube, via the NBL1 YouTube channel. That is a very, very important matchup in this ball game. Two fantastic athletes in this competition.
And very good evening for the SSNA club as well to all our Eltham listeners tonight. Your team playing for their season very much on the line tonight. The Bandits, well, you might say very similar for them. They sit inside the 8 and will remain there regardless of their result tonight. But a win certainly will really give them a huge advantage with 3 games to go against tough opposition. Now, Swears has the ball outside 3 range, switches back in board. Mulligan against Edwards. Mulligan faked and then missed. Daniel comes up with a rebound. Charisse Daniel quickly up the court. Stops and props, puts it up, calls some contact, and we'll go to the line against Charisse Daniel. Wow, Kaufman, you called it earlier. She is finding that line so often tonight.
Yeah, she certainly is. And that one will go on Kunek. That'll take her to 3, I believe. Unless they've given that to someone else.
They've given it to Kunek.
It is Kunek. and she's got 3. Brooks got 3, so a couple of key components for the Wildcats in some foul trouble. And that's an issue, no doubt about it. As Daniel makes the first. And that's the matchup there. Charisse can see that Kunek under a little bit of pressure defensively, and she's going at her. They're going to stick with Kunek. She's plays such an important role, Murph, that she's the predominant ball handler playing the point forward position.
Brooke Mulligan. Won't be her go from 3. Panousis inside the paint. Can't get it to go. Comes back. Brooke outside to Swears. Swears puts the shot up off the rim. Comes back. Nat Hurst comes up with it along the right wing. Brings it up the floor past halfway. Back to Hannah Savick. Savick, the former Opal off the glass. Another couple of points for the Bandits, and they break away to a 7-point lead. Their equal highest of the match.
What a move from Hannah Savick, if you don't mind. Twisting and turning.
So where's, well, Kunek's open, just overshot the ball, and it goes over the baseline.
So the Bandits' biggest lead, Murph, 7 points with 6:20 left in this third period, and a real test of character now for the Wildcats on the road. Let's see what they're made of as Nat Hurst goes to Edwards. She's going to shoot the jumper, and just off the front end of the rim there is Kunek. A little bit of shake and bake there. Back to Kunek, what a play.
Yeah, nice.
Little 1-2 punch there. Charisse Daniels sleeping there on defense.
Nice assist to Brooke. Margin cut back to 5. 5:50 remaining in the third. Nice little crowd for this time of the night. A few more in tonight to watch the women start. Edwards draws the contact, makes the bucket. Swears draws the foul. And it will be her first of the night, I believe. First person of the night to go with her 6 points.
Yeah, a soft little foul there, Edwards. Once she gets into that position there, you might as well give up the 2, or it's got to be a very, very hard foul.
51% from here for Jessie Edwards. So you can mark down at least 1 as a guaranteed here, Colf. And it's the first. Well, only one shot because she made the bucket, of course, but there you go.
She did make the bucket.
Kunek, Mulligan, Panousis. And Mahadi closing down some space on Chelsea Swears. Swears. Now Kunek. Brooke into Mulligan. Mulligan. Can't get it to go. The Bandits with another stop. Bit of momentum behind the home team right now.
Oh, backdoor play, Nat Hurst. Oh, she just overcooks it. The 2 Opals combined.
Nice build-up, but everything else was beautiful.
Beautiful build-up.
Swears, Mulligan. Kunek for 3. Kunek for 3. Hannah Savick with the ball, 52 to 44. I fancy they've put the wrong yes across. So 5 points. Savick goes to the line, misses, comes back. Mulligan flicks it back across. Here is Kunek quickly up court. Into Mulligan, back across. Panousis. Brooke. In. And shot goes up and makes it count to Mulligan. A big bucket. Cuts the margin to 3 with a shot to come.
Yeah, great fundamentals again from Mulligan. She has been nothing but absolute money when she's been getting the ball down there in that position. And Charisse Daniel came across and unfortunately for her sake was swiping at air. I think the foul may have gone to, the foul went on to Savick, but Charisse Daniel came across, but it was too late. And Mulligan, she is fundamentally sound and she made it. And that keeps the Wildcats in touch. 3 points with 4:25 left in this this ball game, in this period. And the crowd building and they're enjoying a good one here. This one is entertaining and looks like it will be going down to the wire. The lead did get to 7 points for the Bandits, but the combination of Mulligan and Kunek have kept the Wildcats in touch. And as long as they're in touch with Q-Neck feeling the flow, they are a chance to steal one on the road here, Murph.
SSNA timeout called here, and the players about to come back out. 4:25 remaining in the third. 52-49. Eltham with a shot to come. By Mulligan. They can cut this margin back to 2. It hasn't been any more than 7 points for the evening. It's got out twice, so the Bandits in that control. Eltham have taken the lead briefly for a little bit in the second term. But it's been pretty even right throughout this contest. Not much between these two sides so far, and no reason to see that changing anytime soon. Mulligan, well, she continues warm, makes the 3-point play, and we are back to a 3-point ball game. As Suarez knocks the ball across the baseline, and Mahadi will have the inbound ball for the Bandits. Edwards and Mahadi. Both sides probably just, the difference might be just a couple of players who have been quiet in the game so far stepping up, Cole.
Yeah, absolutely.
For either side.
Yeah, for sure. And
Brooke for 3.
There's another one. Oh, and they're back in front, the Wildcats. That girl again, Chelsea Brooke, she was mentioned there at halftime. She's, I believe, a big part of this Wildcats team. And the Bandits stunned right now. They trail by 1. Nat Hurst looking to settle things down, goes to Harmon. She pumps it inside to Edwards. Great defense. They double team Harmon. Left open, too strong, Mahadi. Rebound, Panusis. She looks to put pressure on.
Both sides with the 5 scorers so far only. So you just wonder whether one can get another 2 or 3 maybe off the bench to lift. Mulligan tries to extend it, blocked by Edwards. Just wonder for either side. Maybe from the point of view for the Bandits, well, the obvious one's Emma Mahadi if she gets going for them. And across on the other side, well, maybe Panusis, who's got some points, can lift, or maybe it's someone O'Neill or Stagol off the bench that can do something for them. Mulligan goes in to Squares, puts the shot up and misses, and the Bandits get the ball back. Nat Hurst up the floor, having 14 points tonight, having a good game. Jesse Edwards, and draws the contact, and can't believe it is Chelsea Brooke. That will be her 4th personal tonight.
Chelsea Brooke. She can't believe she's been called with that one there, and that one could have gone either way, but that situation, Chelsea's just got to get out of the way. She's really got to get out of the way of that one there. She thought she did enough, but if there is contact, you are susceptible to the referee penalising you, and she's going to take some time to think it over. 3 minutes left in this one there, and now the coaching staff of the Wildcats need to figure out how long they sit her. And I think will depend on how close they can keep this one.
Well, Rhiannon Barton is the player that's come on, so has a mountain of work to be able to do. Well, maybe not a mountain, but will have a big influence on this game, you'd fancy.
A lot of pressure on Mulligan and Q-Neck to keep the scoring up now.
Swears as well. This is a young lady with a lot of talent, averaging 24 points this year. Mulligan puts the shot up a little shallow, taken away by Daniel. So keep an eye on her. Chelsea swears as this game goes on, as Daniel puts up the shot off the backboard. Doesn't go, comes back. Daniel gets a chance at some more points. Edwards and Hurst will reset. 2.5 minutes, just a tick under remain in the third for the SSNA club. Hurst passes across to Harmon, into Edwards, and almost draws the contact but makes it count. The Bandits lead again by 2.
Good patience there from the Bandits. 2 minutes left approximately in this third period, and a very important part of this game now for the Wildcats as Q-Neck looks to get free. Charisse Daniel wearing her like a glove, and that's a beautiful play from Q-Neck. She does everything as she nails that 18-footer.
Daniel up the floor.
And the Wildcats have slipped into a little bit of a zone here, Murph. A little bit of a team zone. Harmon back to Hurst. Charisse will fire away. No good. Rebound, Mulligan.
foul will go against Mahadi here, I fancy.
Mahadi will pick up her first, and incredibly, still yet to score in this ball game, Murph, is Mahadi.
Has the X factor, but will be able to change all that. 55 apiece, under 1.5 to go in the third. Cunick to Mulligan. Panousis. Back across, the young lady that's come on in Barton. Cunick. Into Mulligan. Mulligan, 4 seconds on the shot clock, no good. Edwards, well guarded, comes up with it. The Bandits a chance to take the lead again. Fiery ball, Daniel into Harmon. Mahadi's open, elects not to take the shot, and Hurst wants to slow things up. Comes around, it's the high pick and roll, back to Harmon, into Edwards. Edwards with the body work. And now the Wildcats come up with it. And the foul is called on Jess Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards just reaching in there, and Cunick wasn't happy with that, just dipped the shoulder.
Her third personal, Cole.
And there was contact there, and Coach Lauren Jackson says, have a rest there, Jesse. We want to save you for the run home in the fourth period as Cunick, 40 seconds left. Looking to get a score here, the Wildcats, to take the lead. They go into Mulligan, and she's double teamed.
Well taken away by Reed. Coming off the bench, Reed takes it. Hurst. Mahadi, Bandits led at quarter time by 3, half time by 1. Scores level with under 20 on the clock. Hurst with the ball. Shot clock about 6 seconds in front of that. Daniel goes to the backboard, doesn't get it to go. Bandits will get the ball back. Reed. Harmon knocks it in, and the Bandits lead again by 2. 5 seconds left for the SSNA club. Panousis brings it up the court, goes into 2 territory, lobs it up, misses, and the Bandits again will take the lead at three-quarter time, heading into the last for the SSNA club in Albury, 57-55.
Yeah, 57-55. What a scene we're set for this final period here at the Lauren Jackson Sports Centre. NBL1 competition is hotter than ever. And the Wildcats have hung tough. They are fighting a little bit of foul trouble. Chelsea Brook on the bench with 4, but as long as Cunick and Mulligan are on the floor, they are a very big chance indeed, Murph. And just been really impressed with the standard here tonight as we take a look at some of these numbers. The defense has been good from both teams. 35% for the Bandits, 37% shooting for the Wildcats. The three-point shooting, 4 of 19 for the Bandits. They would be disappointed with that. 21%. Hot shooting, keeping the Wildcats in this one. They are 8 of 20 at 40%. Look at the rebounds, very even, 37-36 in favour of the Wildcats. Blocks are even, 3-2 in favour of the Bandits. Assists are even, 11 assists to the Bandits, 9 for the Wildcats. Turnovers even as well, at 5 for the Bandits, 6 for the Wildcats. And you'll take a look at those scoring leaders for the Bandits. It is Sharice Daniel on 15. Sharice Daniel also with 11 rebounds, and Nat Hurst leading the assist with 3. And for the Wildcats, it is that superstar player once again, Cunick, leading all categories, 19 points, 11 rebounds and 4 assists. What a player she is, but they may need even more from her in this last period if the Wildcats are going to get the victory here on the road.
3 players with a double-double tonight. Alice Cunick with 19 points and 11 rebounds. Sharice Daniel with 15 points, 11 rebounds. And Jessie Edwards with 14 points and 10 rebounds tonight. Cunick has been simply probably the player on the court tonight, you'd have to say, Cole,
yeah,
overall.
She has been the player of the court in my eyes.
SSNA player on the court tonight.
Absolutely, and the Bandits look to start the fourth period here, and Coach Jackson would appear to be pretty happy. Well, considering that Emma Mahadi has not scored a bucket yet. They are in good shape.
3 points at quarter time, Cole. 1 point at half time, 2 points three-quarter time. As Hurst puts up a 3 and lands it. I'm going to select this. We're either got overtime or a 4-point Bandits win. It's going to be one of those on fancy.
One of those.
But it's got the makings of overtime tonight, this one. It's been tight right throughout.
I tell you what, Nat Hurst.
Cunick doesn't go.
With a 3 to start. Hurst pushing it. Kicks it to Mahadi on the wing. She sizes things up to Daniel. They swing it to Hurst again. She fires away
would be
again.
huge.
And she makes another one. Nat Hurst, what a player. Nails her 5th three-pointer of this contest.
Having a massive bearing on it as the shot goes knocked down here nicely by Barden. Mahadi quickly up court, so the Bandits with a 6-0 run to start. Here is Charisse Daniel with a fast move to the bucket. A bit of pizzazz about Charisse Daniel there. 1 minute into the final term. Already 8 points put up by the Bandits to 2 to the Wildcats, and the Bandits have skipped away to an 8-point lead as Swears puts in a nice shot. Swears lands the 2 to take her scoring along to 8 for the night.
Things have certainly opened up here, Murph, in the 4th stanza as Hurst
Surely
fires away
not.
again. Oh my.
Surely not.
Oh my goodness gracious me, Nat Hurst.
SSNA play of the night, Nat Hurst, in this final term.
Somebody get a fire extinguisher. She is in Flago out there.
Panusas feeling that heat by Hurst right now. Now Panusas drives around to the left, back out. Kunek drives inside the paint, back, and Barden goes off the backboard. So Barden already back-to-back buckets for her, for the Wildcats. 68-61, 7 points that margin. Bandits' biggest 9 points, which I had a few moments ago. Reed around to Daniel. Into Nat Hurst. Don't want to give her any space. Filling it right now. Puts up the 2. Just had a bow peep and pops out. Wildcats with a vital stop. Swears. Great assist. Nice ball by Panusas.
Yeah, Panusas, what a pass. That one, she's zinged that one in like a laser beam, and a good finish at the rack from Swears. They stay in touch, down 5. 7:30 left in this ball game.
Reed for 3 if you don't know.
My goodness. It is raining threes from long range.
Swears now for 3. Has a go. Daniel comes up with it. Bandits by 8.
It is a hot pace out here, Murph.
Scoring has gone up a level in this last.
It has gone up a notch. No doubt about that. Harmon. Hurst again. Heat check. Oh, just misses.
Barden across to Kunek. Drives up, goes inside to Mulligan, back to Kunek. Doesn't get it to count. Comes up with Reed across to Hurst. Flicks it to Mahadi. Up the left side, out to Daniel. Daniel is open. Charisse Daniel doesn't go. Mahadi comes up with it, flicks it back, but only as far as Kunek. Drives up the middle, gets to the paint, draws the contact with Charisse Daniel, who will count as her first personal of the evening.
Yeah, good foul there from Charisse Daniel. What a hot pace here in this 4th period. They are getting up and down the floor, and that's really the first extended break, as a lot of the players out there are really gasping for some air. And why wouldn't you be? Gee whiz.
Well, Kunek goes from 30% from here this season. So, not a best area. Lands both of those, however. Cuts the margin back to 6. And for the SSNA club, we have 6:40 remaining in the match. Savek back on. Her and Edwards both on 3 personals each. Nat Hurst, 23 points, leading all comers out there tonight. Mahadi around to Daniel. Savek. Hannah Savek, who's so important early on in the game, draws the contact and will find herself at the line.
Yeah, she certainly was, and found herself in a little bit of an awkward position there, about 12, 13 feet out from the rim. A little bit of a head fake, and then just stepped inside, and you can only do that if you have the athleticism, and this lady certainly does. She's having her best game so far on the home floor of the Bandits that we've definitely seen so far this season, Murph. She's been very impressive tonight. She's brought a lot to the table. She provides versatility as the lead is at 6.
Well, misses both. Edwards goes up and draws the contact and will find herself at the line.
Yeah, the coaching staff, the Wildcats, won't be happy with that. Given a golden opportunity there with Zavak missing both. And now it's that lady again, Edwards. She is a powerhouse down low. She's got another 14 points tonight. She looks to add to that.
Bandits were very good in the second half last week to finish things off late in the game. To get a vital win, went away with a comfortable win in the end. Are we staring down a similar thing right now? As both buckets do count by Edwards. It's only out to 8 points. But the Bandits having the better run to start the final term. Barton across to Swears. Swears around to Brooke. And we have a foul called, I reckon, against Mahadi again. So a couple of fouls against her in this last. 73-65, 6:08 remaining in the match. 8 points the buffer to the Bandits. Inbound ball in the attack to go to the Wildcats. Savic. And foul called. This time against Cherise Daniel. Her second personal in this last. So Cherise Daniel and Emma Mahadi making up for lost time in the game. Picking themselves up some fouls. Now Panousis into Kunek. Savic guarding her. Panousis. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Panousis' left-hand mitt goes up. Wishful thinking. Edwards comes up with it. Well, a little reckless. A turnover by the Bandits. Panousis gives to Brooke. She's landed a couple tonight. Can she make it a third? No. Nat Hurst comes up with it. And the Bandits control the ball, looking for a double-figure lead. Daniel puts up the shot. Doesn't go. Brooke comes up with a rebound. 5.5 remaining in the match for the SSNA club. Bandits by 8. For 2, Kunek misses. Edwards with a rebound. And the referee calls a jump ball. It'll go the Bandits' way.
Yeah, good call there. Both ladies tied up. We've got a substitution. It looks like we've got Mulligan checking back into this ball game. She's coming in for the run home with 5:25 left. The lead is at 8. It hasn't been any bigger than that throughout this evening's contest. It's been an entertaining ball game with some ebbs and flows, but both teams have been in striking distance throughout this contest, and the run home is going to be interesting. Nat Hurst to put up some serious quick-fire points to start this fourth period. It's what she's done all season long, as we've got a little bit of confusion here.
Yeah, I think this might be some confusion in terms of the score, perhaps. I don't think the foul counts what the coaching staff's looking at from the Wildcats' point of view. It is, well, there's going to be a change here. It's going to be a Wildcats baseline ball. So maybe that was the discussion anyway. Wildcats come up with it. Kunek feeds across. Swears for 3. A big play this would be. No. Hurst taps it down to Savic. And after all of that, the Bandits do get the ball back. Past halfway. Nat Hurst. Into Mahadi. Mahadi drives to 2-point range. Gives to Edwards. Here is Cherise Daniel. 17 of her own tonight. Hannah Savic. Savic inside the paint. Edwards. Hurst. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Nat Hurst for 3.
Oh, it's another one. She is absolutely in Flago tonight.
4 in the final quarter to Nat Hurst. 4 3-pointers, and the Bandits lead by 11 as Swears lands at 2. And that's the difference in the game at the moment.
Oh, it certainly is. She's been the difference. There's been nobody from the Bandits that has been anywhere near close to adequate from long range, but Nat Hurst continues to deliver.
And tapped out by Panousis. So the fate of the Bandits and their playoff chances very much in their own hands in their final 4 games as we see another SSNA timeout. They are in the playoffs by 2 games at the moment, but must really keep winning to just give themselves that breathing place with 3 really tough games to come against tops 8 sides. And for Eltham right now, they need to pull something out, Kaufman, with 4:26 left in the game to keep their season alive.
Yeah, they certainly do. A rare SSNA timeout there in this ball game. It just seems like there has been very little stoppages in this one besides foul shots. Hasn't been too many timeouts called. It's been a very good pace from both ball clubs, and look, the fitness and conditioning, we talk about it week in, week out. It definitely comes into the equation in the fourth periods of these ball games in this NBL1 competition. And with 4:26 left, the Bandits look like they've got a safe lead, 9 points. Nat Hurst, as I said, she's exploded in this fourth period to give him that cushion. And you would think that the experienced Lauren Jackson and her charges, she's, telling her paces just to continue to keep that pace up. And with Nat Hurst on the floor, as long as she's on the floor, I think they can get the job done here. But look, the Wildcats, they've been impressive tonight, and you never know with Mulligan, Brooks and Kunick on the floor, this one's still in the balance.
9 points the buffer to the Bandits. It's as big as it has been for them in this game. Mahadi, inbound ball to Savic. Savic for two. Misses. Kunick comes up with a rebound. What a massive night this lady is having. Alice Kunick across to Mulligan. Back to Panousis. Kunick. Brooke. Kunick for three and lands it. A big bucket and brings Eltham back into the contest, 76-70.
Yeah, very, very big bucket. She moves to 24 points. What a ball game from her tonight. She's been super, super impressive. What a player. Mahadi misses again. Still yet to hit the scoreboard. Schweers, Panousis, drives baseline, runs out of room, kicks it. Oh, zips the pass inside. Another bucket.
Brooke, nice bucket. Makes it count back to 4. So from 9 to 4, a 5-0 run right now to Eltham.
Maggie Mulligan, what a pass. Fundamentals.
Daniel around the back, around Swears. Looking for support, gives to Savic. Savic goes herself in the paint, spins around and lands it against Kunick. 6 points the Bandits lead, just beyond 3 to play in the match.
Yeah, what a move. The shot clock winding down as Kunick goes to the rack. Tough move. Throws it up. Mulligan kicks it out.
Swears for three. Swears lands it.
Oh my goodness, Murph. Such a tough shot. Moving right, but hit nothing but the bottom of the net.
Ankle guard coming off Jesse Edwards as well. 3 points back in this game. You just can't tell which way it's going to go. Mahadi to Edwards. Puts up the shot from the top of the key. Had no strength in it whatsoever. Brooke comes up with it and feeds it straight across immediately to Panousis. Drives to the paint. Out wide. Kunick off the glass.
Move. Timeout, is it, I believe?
No, we're going to see a substitution. Emily Harmon going to check in. In fact, we do have? No, it's not. Just a change. Jess Edwards checks out.
What a move from Alice Kunick.
1 point.
Explosive drive. Head fake to the rack. One move, left-handed layup. What a move, what a player, what a ball game.
2:20 to go for the SSNA club in this fascinating contest. Season on the line sort of stuff. Savic puts up the shot, misses it. Harmon can't grab it, goes towards the baseline. Last touch goes off the Bandits. It will be a Wildcats ball.
Well, it might be a Bandits.
Well, it is a Bandits ball.
It's a Bandits ball. Kunick was...
Okay.
I don't think she got there in time, and she was trying to convince the referee that it was their ball, but referee was having none of it. Mahadi inbounds. Zavak down low, back to Mahadi. She'll launch.
This would be a big moment.
No, misses.
Doesn't go. Comes
the
up with
scramble
rebound.
play from Mahadi. Sharice Daniel, she'll launch. No good. Gets her own rebound. To the rack. Foul and one. No.
Can't
and
get it
she
to
misses.
go. We'll go to the line, but... And, well, let's be honest, she's been familiar with this territory tonight.
She certainly has. She has set up camp there all night long.
Have to be the 7th, maybe 8th time she's been at that line.
Yeah, definitely tonight. She's...
That's out. Also, Alice Kunick is out of the game. Fouled out. That is a massive moment in the clash. I think Panousis is trying to claim that she possibly did the foul. No, but anyway, so Alex Kunick out of the game with 1:54 left.
Yeah, it's an absolute heartbreaker for the Wildcats. She's been everything for them tonight, but they're going to have to do it without her.
26 points for Alice Kunick has been absolutely outstanding.
It's going to be up to Chelsea Brooke and Maggie Mulligan to take the scoring load.
that's a big lead in the context of the game. 3 points, or a crucial lead, with 1:50 to go for the SSNA club.
Daniel moves on to 19 points. Cracking ball game from her tonight.
Panousis, Brooke. Brooke drives to the paint, draws
Count
the
it
contact.
and the foul!
And
Wowee!
Go to the line to tie it up. Just go back to Alice Koenig for a moment. 26 points tonight, 12 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah.
The complete performance by her.
What a ball game from her.
In the number 9.
She's been the driving force to that Wildcats offense.
Well, we're going to be tied up here, I fancy, Cole. Brooke has played a really key role in this game too, Chelsea Brooke. She goes to 19 points. So here's, if you look at Koenig and also Hurst, both on 26, 19 to Brooke and 19 to Sharice Daniel as well. So they've been the 4 outstanding players out there in terms of scoring. Hurst for a 5th three. Misses. They've led for 95% of the match, the Bandits, but the Wildcats can take the lead with just over a minute to play. Panousis with the ball. 80 apiece. A high-scoring affair in this women's match. This is Brooke. Back to Panousis. Steps around Mahadi. Puts up the floater. It's good. And the Wildcats lead the contest by 2. 1:08 left in the match.
What a move from Panousis. How did that thing go in? Wowee.
Once Hurst calls for it, passes back to Harmon. Harmon wants Hurst to come in her. Gives it back. Nat Hurst out wide. Hannah Savick takes on Panousis. Drives to the paint. Puts it up. Counts it. Doesn't count. The bucket won't count. The foul has been called on Hannah Savick.
Yeah, she's been called for the charge. Throwing the arm in there. Trying to create the space. Huge call in the context of this ball game.
49 seconds remain in the match. Wildcats with the ball and a chance to extend the lead past the 1-bucket game.
The Wildcats have been in front in this contest for around about 45 seconds in this contest, it seems, Murph, but they are in front when it matters most right now, and with 49 clicks left in this ball game, can they hold on?
Well, 2 points. A lot can happen in basketball in the final minute of play. Can the Bandits get a stop? Can Eltham keep their season alive? Can they keep their playoff hopes alive?
And all this is going to take place with star blue chip guard Alice Koenig on the bench. She's fouled out. She is fouled out.
Fouled out with 1:39 left in the match. Or higher than that, actually. I think around 1:50 left in the match. So what a big moment that was. The Bandits have broken their back out from the SSNA timeout. The last rights of this one, 49 seconds. What do either side have in store?
So we're probably looking at a 3-possession ball game, Murph. So if the Wildcats play it the right way, they'll get 2 of those possessions. They'll look to run the clock here.
It's definitely in their grasp right now. Panousis received from Swears. Panousis brings it up court against Nat Hurst. They lead by 2, the Wildcats. This is Brooke. Brooke drives to the left, gets to the paint, out wide to Panousis. Time ticking away. We're down to 30 seconds. Panousis against Hurst. Panousis, 2 seconds on the shot clock. 1 second on the shot clock. The shot clock beats the Wildcats. The Bandits get a stop. Wonderful defensive play. And 23 seconds remain in the match.
Wow, what a defensive stance there from the Bandits. They were an absolute lockdown there. Coach Jackson will be over the moon with that. What can they do now on the offensive end?
Savick gives to Daniel. It's now or never. The Bandits, with an identical shot clock, they possibly will get the last shot to send it to overtime, maybe win it. Harmon to Sharice Daniel. Daniel to Nat Hurst. Thinks about the 3. Drives inside. Turnover. Swears gathers it. Hurst does the foul. And the Eltham Wildcats will have a chance to win the game right here and now with 4 seconds left on the clock.
And Nat Hurst, she tried to squeeze the pass inside. It wasn't much room in there. She got the ball there at the top of the key, come round a screen, look for 3. She's been deadly from there, has made upwards of 5 or 6 3-pointers in this contest. Got herself into a good position. But I'll tell you what, this Wildcats outfit, they have been scrappy. and they get a chance to ice this one from the foul line.
Chelsea Swears is an absolute star of this competition, averaging 24 points this season, goes 48% from this range. And this would seal the deal for the Wildcats. Lands at 4 points up. It would be a famous victory tonight as we have our final SSNA timeout called. The Bandits simply need a minor miracle.
Well, they certainly do. 4.1 left on the clock. Alice Kunek on the bench, fouled out. Wildcats lead by 4. What could Coach Lauren Jackson possibly be saying to her charges over there? Really, they've got to get a score, whether it's a 2 or a 3. But the odds look insurmountable. Can you believe that they are behind? They are probably shocked and stunned, as I know the whole crowd here that has been building here tonight, they are stunned.
It's been close. 9 points, the biggest lead of the match to the Bandits. Bandits did lead by 3 at quarter time, 1 at half time, 2 at 3/4 time, and now 4 points. But I did say 4 points, but it's gone the opposite way. Eltham, it would be a famous victory with just under 2 minutes to go in the match. Alice Kunek checked out of the game, 26 points, just a double-double for the night, has been absolutely outstanding. And without her, you would have had to have your money sitting very much on the Southern Vale home Bandits, but it hasn't panned out that way. And the Bandits, well, they'll remain in the 8, but really on the cusp right now. It's a big loss considering their last 3 will be tough games. Eltham keep their season alive. Nat Hurst with the inbound ball. They need to put up a 3 straight away, possibly hope for a foul. Throws it in to Edwards. Edwards puts it up. Doesn't count. It won't matter. The Wildcats pull off a famous victory, 84-80 here, away from home. What a win to Eltham.
Yeah, an incredible win tonight. The crowd are stunned. I think we're stunned here in the commentary booth as well, Murph. What a win, full of character, full of desire and perseverance. 84-80. Look, the Bandits let that one slip, no doubt about it, but I'll tell you what, they hung tough. And with Alice Kunek on the bench, they found a way. What a performance! As we take a look at some of the numbers there, the field goal percentage for both teams. The Bandits shot at a 36% clip, while the Wildcats at 42. Defensively, a really good game from both ball clubs. Free throws come into the equation, 89% from the Wildcats, 79 for the Bandits. Take a look at those rebounds, Murph. 48 to the Wildcats. They win that category by 2. 46 for the Bandits. And we take a look at the blocks, very even, 3 for the Bandits, 2 for the Wildcats. Assists even, 14-13 in favour of the Bandits, and turnovers very even as well. We look at the scoring leaders. Nat Hurst, and a great game from her, 26 points. Rebounding leaders, Sharice Daniel with 13 and Sharice Daniel with 5 assists. And for the Wildcats, it was that girl again, Alice Kunek, 26 points, 12 rebounds and 5 assists. She led all categories for the Eltham Wildcats. What a ball game, what a win. And I tell you what, if that ball game there is any indication of what we're about to see in the men's game, I'll tell you what, bring it on. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing it to you at the Lauren Jackson Sports Stadium.
It was the Eltham Wildcats that keep their season alive. For the SSNA club, thanks very much for your company. Stick around about half an hour's time. Switch on to the men's clash because it's set to be just as fascinating. It is the Eltham Wildcats visiting the Southern Vale home Bandits with seasons on the line once again.